in the previous dub of the 4 Kids dub of One Piece, Robin had a hilarious Southern accent. Ever consider giving her a hilarious?
No. No. Hey guys. Hi there. Thank you for that introduction.
Oh, you're very my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for joining us this weekend.
You bet. I'm very happy to be here. Hello.
Excellent. Have you been to Raleigh before?
I've never been to Raleigh.
Oh, excellent. Good barbecue.
Okay. We'll have to get some other recommendations, but
Yes,
yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
barbecue is great.
Absolutely, very, very good. Well, thank you so much for joining us this weekend. When I have a solo guest like yourself, I relish this opportunity because I can get a little more beyond the projects and more into the fine work you've done. So, but let's go back. Let's do the origin story. What drew you to acting and performing?
You know, I'm not one of those people that knew right away that I would become an actor. I loved it, but I thought it was kind of crazy. I'm like, who really does that? Who does that? When I went to university, I was pre-law. But I had been involved in theater in school, and I loved it, and I loved the people. And it's funny because I was, this political science major that went and took a non-major acting class, and I just felt like I was with my people. And I was so happy there. I think that's so important to recognize when you have those sparks that are just so natural to follow them and see where they lead. And I was a double major for the longest time because I was like, all right, well, I'm going to do this and I'm still going to study law. I'm going to be a lawyer. Now I just want to play one on TV. And then I continued to just fall in love with our theater family and graduated and still was wondering, what on earth am I doing? But I just started working professionally in Dallas, Texas, doing a lot of theater. Loved it, and eventually found my agent. Now, before that, I did teach high school right out
What subject?
of college. Theater and speech and debate. And that was probably one of the best learning curves of my life is when you teach teenagers. And I mean, I was a baby, you guys, and I tried so hard to look, older, and I put my hair up and had some suits, and they were like, we know, stop. But we did some really wonderful work together, and it was just great. And I thought, yeah, we're doing this. This is what we're doing. And then started doing theater, and then met my agent and started doing commercial voice work.
Now, in the theater stuff, is there anything, any production in particular you're proud of?
Let's see. Yes. Oh gosh, and I love the Dallas theater scene. It's wonderful.
I've heard just great things about it.
I'm so glad you've heard that because it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
No,
It's
yeah.
just like our anime and our voice acting community out of there.
A lot of the overlap.
We're close. We're friends. There is a lot of overlap at the, I don't know if it's a Texas thing, but everyone's pretty warm and friendly and supportive. And again, just a great period of time, working in Dallas theater. And you said, okay, well, productions. I was in a production of Company. It's a musical. And it's funny because I was one of the, I don't know if y'all know Company. We won't go into a musical theater panel here. I was one of the girlfriends in that has this TikTok dance. It was really hard. And I'm one of those actors that can move, but I'm not like a hardcore dancer. It was wonderful and really terrifying because she had to dance on this high platform that they built, and it was really narrow and a dancer heel. And it's funny, you don't realize, you think you have really good balance until you get up really high and have to dance. It's a whole different world. But
a whole new world.
oh, you're good. I love it. And gosh, there was another. We did a production of The Life. It's a Cy Coleman, also a musical, but I had one of the best directors in the world on that one, and he was just all about authenticity and digging deep. And anyway, I know I could talk about theater forever, sorry. But that led to my agent, that led to the commercial voiceover work, which I love doing. And then she said, hey, do you want to audition for this company called Funimation?
What's that?
Exactly. Were you there?
No,
You were there.
but
You heard me.
I have heard this similar from a lot of your peers.
Okay, well, what's that? And then she told me about it. And I said, well, yeah, I want to audition for those people. Let's talk more about anime. I did not know what anime was. And then once I found out what it was, I'm like, well, this is like theater. This is like Greek theater. I love this. We all, a lot of actors love performing Greek theater, but nobody produces it because, more people are going to go see Oklahoma. That's fine. But, I just fell in love. Again, I'm like many actors and creatives, I love community. And the time you spend with these people is so important and valuable. And like I felt in the theater community, like, these are my people. Then I came into this anime world, I'm like, I don't know if they think I'm their people, but I'm their people. I am. And just loved it. And then it just sort of took off from there.
How long do you felt really comfortable in the booth for anime acting, which of course a little different probably from the commercial voiceover work?
Totally. Yeah, that's a great question. No one's asked me how long it took because when I first went into my very first session, it was for a show called Gunslinger Girl, and I was Flanka at Super Spy Flanka, and Laura Bailey was my director, who was magical and so sweet, and she's the one that talked me through the beeps and the protocol, which I had no clue. Now, commercial voiceover work, you kind of get it, and you go in and you do it, and it just makes sense. It just,
Krelb toothpaste makes teeth whiter.
yeah, I was talking about blueberries in my, I do a lot of, what are they called? Grocery stores. A lot of grocery stores. I was talking about blueberries in my hotel room before I got here today. And, blueberries, 99 cents. But, so that is just, it makes sense. But this whole, okay, there's going to be 3 beeps, and then you're going to pause, and then you're going to talk. And it was like, oh, and then I have to act, and I've got to try to match this. It was just so new and different. But what a wonderful and kind and beautiful way to be ushered in with the beautiful Laura Bailey. And she was so kind, and, we got it. But it probably took a bit to where now it's like Pavlovian. I mean, you hear a truck backing up, and if there's 3 beeps, you think you need to talk. Oh, no, that's not me.
That's me too. What was the craziest moment you've had in the booth?
One of the first leads that I ever had was Junko, and talk about comedy. It's like comedy in the mind of a 15-year-old boy, and I say that with all love. But if you know Desert Punk, you know what I'm talking about. And my director convinced me that my character was dying, or that she was about to die, and I was so sad because it was my first big lead, and I wanted it to go on forever. It wasn't One Piece. And I just, we ad-libbed most of the show, which is not typical. We ad-libbed a lot. In fact, they wanted us to just go. And so I thought, oh, this is what we do here. Okay, I'm going to be ready for this session because I'm going to ad-lib some things. And I'm not a stand-up comedian or anything like that, but it was a whole lot of fun. And I thought my character died, and then he was like, aha! And also in that show, it was so much fun. This is wild because Eric Vale is here, who was Sanji in One Piece. He was the lead in the show, Desert Punk. And I don't recommend they watch it for a while at all. I see boys. I see young children. Nope. I should have said maybe 20, not 15. But anywho, Eric, Lucy Christian, who was Nami in One Piece and is a lead in a million other things, the 3 of us were shoved in this tiny whisper booth doing commentary back in the day when we had these DVD extras and there were commentaries about shows. And of course, just having Eric Vale in that situation is going to blow the whole place up. It's hilarious. And so
Eric's my boy.
Yeah, I love him very much. I'm glad he's here. But that was fun, and we were ad-libbing and then just talking about this and that. He took a phone call during that, and they kept it. And so, yeah. Good times. Good times.
Yeah, not much. We're just recording a DVD.
Yeah, and then I'll have a medium cheese pizza, and yeah.
That's me too. On that, again, the obligatory question, so let's go ahead and take care of it. What is your best advice you like to give to people who want to pursue voice acting?
Study acting. It doesn't have to be theater. I know a lot of us have a theater background, but just study acting, improv. Cold reading is really important, where you've never seen a script and then you just read it. Even though now we mainly audition from home if we audition. So you have time to look at the script to audition, but that once you actually book the gig, it's funny, my agent would always talk about that. And she told me, yep, you got to be good at auditioning to get the job, but then you got to do the job. So be ready to do the job. It's like, okay, yes, ma'am. And, you just need to be good at cold reading and taking direction and then just being professional and responsible and all the good stuff. But, if you're wherever you are, usually you can study acting. So that, and then just get used to auditioning. And go for it. And if you hear lots of no's, like many of us have, you keep at it.
I miss cattle calls. I miss going to a group and seeing the same 3 or 4 guys, my height, my energy. And,
yes.
Well, man, if I don't get it, I hope you get it.
Seriously, it's like if I don't, you do, right? Yes. Yeah. One of my best friends, Elise Bowman, is a voice actress. It's funny if you have ever played the game. Brain. Smite. We are both Nuwa. And Nuwa has like a gazillion different skins. And it's funny, we became great friends, and then we both realized we had done skins. I was the OG Nuwa, but she had been one of the skins on it, which we thought was kind of fun. And the community part is huge. I miss them too. And for commercial work and all, I do on camera too. And you know, half of the fun was just going to the audition and seeing your friends.
It made the audition process palatable, which is otherwise.
Yes. Yeah, it's not as much fun taping yourself at home.
Yeah, not really, but you. What?
We like people usually.
You also have a career in music. You and your other half play some jazz occasionally.
Thank you for asking about that, friend. So yeah, I'm a musician. My husband and I were called the Brems, BREHMS. We're on Spotify and YouTube with videos. Actually, do I have any Spy X Family fans out here? Okay, go look at Catch You With a Kiss. We recently released it, and see if you recognize who the nod is. I'll just say she wears a big black hat. Hello. Hello. And I just couldn't help it. It's a fun, playful song. And the whole catch theme, and I thought, oh, I think I should play. This should be Sylvia. It should be Sylvia in this video. But we are songwriters. That's how I met my husband, was through the music. He's also an animator. He worked on Jimmy Neutron from beginning to end. So I just love the fact. I know, right? I'm so proud of him. He's an animator and he plays guitar. Thank you. He's great. He's awesome. But yeah, we met through the music and then discovered, oh, hey, I'm a voice actor. Hey, I'm an animator. What do you know? But music is a passion of ours, and I've got vinyl at our table of our last release. We released an album called I Lead With My Heart last year. I've got a few covers on there. I have some remixes out there, too, that we just released. So if you're a music person, please check us out. We are the Brems, and it's our last name because we could not decide on a band name. Do you know how hard it is to come up with a band name? This is
Yes,
before
I do.
ChatGPT. You know, it was so, here are my band, Venus names, and here are your Mars names. And, we're like, okay, we're just going to be our last name. We can have the Smiths, we can have the Brems.
Absolutely. What's the best memory that to come from all this?
All of it?
Yeah, you had to pick one.
The best memory? That's too big. It's too big.
What's a best memory? What's
A,
good
I know.
memory?
I'm terrible. It's funny. I have a brother that you go to his house. He's like, so what are your top 5 favorite films? So what are your top 5 songs? I give him a hard time, like, what are your top 5, this or that? It's hard to pick favorites.
But what's a treasured memory to come from?
A
all this?
treasured memory.
That's how I
Thank
usually
you.
phrase it. Yes.
Thank you.
It's Friday. I haven't got my.
It's I'm in love. So let's see, treasured memory. I'll tell you what. I went to a con not too terribly long ago, and most of the One Piece pirates, the Straw Hats, were there, and we were all together, and it was beautiful. Because we're friends, we love each other, we don't see each other enough. I think we went to most of each other's weddings or were in them, and we just hadn't been together in a while. And whenever we get together at these things, I love this about conventions. We get to meet you, which is awesome, because it is solitary work, and I think coming out of the pandemic, we appreciate it more than ever. But coming to these cons and celebrating this art that we love, that has meant so much to our lives, especially in the world of One Piece, where we've done it forever. No, don't want it to ever end. Come on, Oda, let the end take like 20 years. You never know, y'all. But we were all at a convention in California together, and it was just this beautiful thing, and everybody was kind of hit with it. How thankful we are to have been working on this show together with people that we truly care about, and it's been like 20 or 17 years.
Are you a part of that pool of? And Colleen says there's a pool going on about when they think it's actually going to wrap up for real.
No, I'm not. I mean, I know about it. I haven't invested.
Okay, all right.
But we do. We talk about all the things. We do. And I'm the one going, when are we having our next dinner party? Forget about the pool. When are we having a dinner party? So no.
There you go.
Because a lot of us do live in Dallas, so it's nice that we're there.
Very nice. Thank you so much for indulging my capricious curiosity. I am now going to go on out and get some questions for our audience. No, absolutely.
As a younger, new into the game of being an actress and all that fun stuff, how do you feel about, or do you feel there's a pay discrepancy between male and femme presenting people?
Oh dear.
Whoa,
Now,
that's a. Okay.
let's start with something a little deeper. That's light fare. Well, the good news is, like in the world of voiceover where I work, we don't really see that happening, which is as far as like the rate. It's across the board. But I mean, you may find more and that just how things are written, there may be more parts, but that's why I was really glad I was in a show called Claymore. I know that's a million years ago, but people have been watching Claymore again, and that's really exciting. It's a bunch of amazing female warriors, and it's a really interesting show. But we do our best, and we fight for things to be equal.
There's your 2. There you go. I promised 2. I got to deliver 2, especially with that question. Okay, all right.
I love that walk. Did y'all see that walk back to your chair? I mean, look at that.
Hey, what's your name?
Steven.
What do you want to know?
I met you last year in Richmond. You're amazing. Love you. Love One Piece.
Oh, thank you.
What do you think of the success of the live action? What is your take on the future of One Piece and maybe other adaptations?
I love the live action. I'm a fan, and I was afraid to watch it when it first came out because I wanted to love it, but I was afraid I might not. I mean, y'all, we really get into this, all right? We've been doing it for a long time. We are invested. We care deeply about the show. And I was on a plane to a convention, and Ian Sinclair, the wonderful Ian who voices Brooke, was on the plane, and we were, boarding the plane. He goes, "Have you watched it?" I'm like, "I haven't." He goes, "Watch it." I'm like, "I don't know, Ian." He goes, "You can see Ian, just watch it. Watch it, watch it." I'm like, okay. So he went and he sat down, and I watched one episode, and I think it was a flight to California. It was like it was a long enough flight, and I watched the first episode. I had to get out of my seat and go to him. I didn't care. It's like I have to connect with him right now because I was crying. I got up and I'm like, this is so good. I think it is. I mean, as far as considering how much that they have to, all the groundwork that they have to cover, I think the casting is great. They've clearly put a lot of budget into it for the production value. So I think it's wonderful, and it just introduces a whole new world of people to our story. And hopefully then they will go, oh, let's go in deeper with this, and then they'll come watch the anime. So I went to a con not too long ago where you had the voice of Shanks, Brandon Potter, and then the live action Shanks at the same convention. It was so cool. I got a picture of them, of course. But it was one of those moments of, oh, the worlds are coming together. And it was great. It was just great. Yeah, I think it's good. The more One Piece, the better,
I agree. Thank you. And I think it also is a great precedent because it shows, oh yeah, maybe we should see what works about this show and then adapt that, as opposed to we're the live action TV business. We'll take care of your little cartoon. Yeah. Like
right,
some
your
other
little
shows.
cartoon. Exactly, and you think it's such good storytelling, and it's so original and unique, and there's a reason there's over 1,000 episodes.
Hey, what's your name?
Nick. My question is, who would be your favorite person to have worked with in the past?
Ooh. Favorite person to work with?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, I guess
or a favorite. Yes.
You know how I am. You're top 5. My gosh, I'm gonna tell him. I joked about you on a panel this weekend, and it was fun. He's a surgeon, so it's fun to make to get at him. Let's see here. Probably some of my directors. I'm thinking of that. I started One Piece with Mike McFarlane. I did the I Want to Live moment with Robin. I know, right? With Mike McFarlane. And that is one of those soul moments. Mike also directed me as Olivier in FMA Brotherhood. So he's a brilliant director, and I'm just so thankful to have had the opportunity to have worked with him. And that I Want to Live moment, for those of you that don't watch One Piece, it's just this character's pivotal turning moment where she realizes, her turning point where she realizes that she's worthy of love, and it is good and strong and brave to ask for help. And it still gets to me, but he set me up beautifully for the moment so that I could be in the position to be ready to do it. He told me beforehand, okay, we're doing this. I don't usually look ahead, but there are One Piece clubs that gave me the manga so that I would read it ahead of time. They're like, you need to know. They're the sweetest. They're like, we care about you. We want you to know. So they gave me the manga. So I had prepared that, and I was trying to, really get in the headspace. And I got in the booth. I got to watch a lot of the scene before to get into it, which doesn't always happen with voice acting. But I got to watch. We call it pre-roll. So I got to watch that. Everybody else had recorded. Isn't that nice? And then I got to go and screamed from her gut, "I want to live." take me with you. And I don't ever recreate that. I mean, for obvious reasons, right? Yeah. And then we ended it, and I looked at him, and he was tearing up, and then I started to cry, and I was like thinking, is this it? And he goes, so we got it in one take, and I'm so thankful for that because I can't imagine doing it twice. And I just sort of fell to the floor and melted in a puddle and cried. He's like, I think we're good for today. We're done. We'll come back. But how kind is that, you know? And he was just like, and as an actor, especially when you come from a theater background, you want to be able to, you just want to get it. And hopefully it reads, because sometimes what you think is coming across isn't when you hear it. But that is a really long answer to your question. But that is a moment I will treasure as an actor forever.
Cool. Great question. Thank you. Hello, what's your name?
Holly. So I think you answered my question in the last question, but I'm just going to say it anyway. So what is a Nico Robin scene that lives in your head rent-free?
Wait, that lives in my head what?
Rent-free.
Rent-free. I love that, rent-free. Okay, and I talk about this moment too. Obviously, I want to live, huge, wonderful moment for her. But lately, I'm not going to spoil anything in the Wano arc, but her relationship with Brooke and the turn that it takes is beautiful. And the fact that we go from I want to live and being so stoic to I'm going to tell a joke. What? I'm like, I get to tell. Robin is going to tell a joke? Are you kidding me? So if you haven't seen One Piece, just watch it. Yeah, it's 1,000 episodes, but it's good and it'll be there. So I think about those moments, and then when she was all with Ryunosuke and was all like, oh, cute. You know, some of those fun and frivolous moments, or any of her deadpan moments with her crazy dark humor. I love those. There's so many. I love her. I love voicing her, if you can't tell.
Great question.
Great
Thank you.
question. And your cosplay looks so good.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Haley.
What would you like to know?
I would like to know what's your favorite One Piece character other than Robin?
Okay, Chopper's one of them. So, I mean, you're nailing it with your Chopper look. You look adorable. But I love that Chopper and Robin have this sweet relationship, and she's kind of mothering towards him. And I adore Brina Palencia, who voices Chopper, too. So that's an easy one. I love Chopper. Not just because you're dressed that way, but you look really cute.
What's your favorite?
I would have to say Chopper too.
All right, well, there you go. Thanks for
And
the
you got
question.
candy. Yay. It's a good day. Happy Friday.
Hi, what's your name?
Cora. You have in My Hero Academia, you have a really strong bond with All Might, and I would just like to know any tips that you have for acting out such a strong bond.
Wow, that's a good question. I think that was written so well. Just the relationship between Nana and All Might, and I feel like it's there. Now, as far as feeling a connection, even listening to Chris Sabat, who voices All Might, we've been paired together a lot in the past. And FMA Brotherhood, he's Armstrong. I got to throw him around. So fun. So fun. But, and there was another show called Salty Ray. We were opposite of each other. No way. You know Salty Ray? Okay, this is one of those moments they were talking about. I know. Yeah, yes, give the man some candy. I love it.
You got it. Yeah. Yes.
I'm like, no one's going to know Salty Ray. Oh, my gosh. That's amazing.
Looking for the finals, the record he has. They actually did make it.
All right.
I love you. Oh, my gosh. So anyway, Chris, he's amazing. He's a wonderful actor. He's a great friend. And so I think, and not that you have to be method and you have to actually know people to act opposite of them and create those moments, but when you do, it sure makes it easier. And so I think just the combination of really good writing, good storytelling, and then it was so easy to connect, with that voice, and he's really brilliant. So, but thank you for asking that question.
Thank you. All right.
I do love that relationship with Nana and what she gives to him.
Only 4 people in line. Normally, I'd say we're about to wrap it up, but I'll tell you what. Let's try to do a lightning round. I want to take care of you 4 people. So
I'll be lightning.
Let's make it really, really quick. Okay.
I'm gonna be so
What's your name?
fast.
What's your question?
My name is Liam, and what is in your opinion, character that you voice is underrated that not many people know about?
Claymore.
What's your name? What's your question?
You watched that too. Love it.
My name
Claire,
is
Claymore,
Flint,
sorry.
and I was wondering if you know if there was gonna be any more One Piece movies with the new gear.
I don't know about the movies. I'm sorry, but I do know that it's really excited to be caught up. You know.
Stay tuned.
And the Black Maria battle is out on the Microsoft platform.
There you go.
Check it out. That was another one of those moments.
What's your name? What's your question?
I'm Sanaya, and I was wondering, what's your favorite vestige of One for All from My Academia?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. You're gonna have to help me with that one. What's yours?
Ian.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, that would be a hard one for me to answer. Sorry.
Stop by
Good
later.
question.
Maybe she's got
You
the
got. I
answer.
have to think about that.
What's your name? What's your question?
My name's Elliot. In the previous dub of the 4Kids dub of One Piece, Robin had a hilarious Southern accent. Ever consider giving her a hilarious?
No. No.
Hi, I'm Patty. I want to know what kind of upcoming projects you've got in the works that you may be allowed to share with us.
Oh yes. Well, I don't know when, but Spy X Family movie will be coming out. Woohoo! So looking forward to more of The Handler. Definitely check out the battle between Black Maria and Robin because it is epic and it is so hardcore. And oddly enough, the voice actress for Black Maria, Allison, and I became great friends. And she's a singer-songwriter too. So many of us are singers, you know, right? And so we did a show together in Dallas, and then we went back to California and did a show at Hotel Cafe with her. But check out that battle. It's out. And I'm also in the show. Oh, what's it called? Can't remember. I don't know. There's other stuff out there. But One Piece, it's really exciting to be caught up in the show and be out and with you guys again. So it's awesome.
Animate 2024. This was Stephanie Young, and that was our time.